Papka is, of course, hydrilla management. As Eric mentioned, since 2019, we have reached the goals for the phosphorus concentration in the lake, and the water quality improved. So, but we had, since that, the water quality improving, it increased the growth of the summer's native plants. Eelgrass, savanayad, pondweed, kuntel, and of course, right after that, hydrilla came in. So I want to show you this is two graphs to see that since 1998, we've barely done any hydrilla management on Lake Apopka until 2019, 2020. This is when we started to have a larger infestation of hydrilla on Lake Apopka. So you can see that the graph, one graph is the cost and the amount of acres that we control so far. So, and you can see that the two graphs are similar. So in the winter 2021, you can see hydrilla was starting to come on Lake Apopka. We only did treat 500 acres that year, and by August 2021, you could see that since we didn't treat all the hydrilla had expanded throughout most of the North Shore, East Shore, and South Shore of the lake, and to about 11,000 acres. By November 2021, the hydrilla, through the growth season, expanded to close to 14,000 acres. So we had a proposed plan in 2022 to treat some of the bad hydrilla, and we had a stakeholder meeting, and the plan was revised after that meeting. And our priority areas were we had the south end of Lake Apopka, we did 4,000 acres, the Crown Point area, about 1,000 acres, 1,000 acres by Magnolia Park, and that Magnolia Park and the West Shore here were a priority area because this is where the St. John's Water Management District had their restoration effort and planting a native summer succulent plant. And we had proposed 1,000 acres on the North Shore, but that was removed from the plan after stakeholder input. So we treated last spring, in fact, 2022, about 6,000 acres. So what we are looking at when we are putting a treatment together, this is our typical treatment plan. So we have, on the West Shore, we had the restoration effort from the district, and we treated it, and in March, and within 3 months, you could see the native plants like Southern Naiad coming back once the hydrilla was treated. And that's what we try to achieve when we look at hydrilla treatment. Another high priority for treatment, like on the North Shore, where it is highly concentrated on the North Shore, you can see here the black spot. These are Southern Naiad, and you can see the hydrilla poking up through the Southern Naiad and then growing over, out-competing the native submerged plants, and then shading it, and then the hydrilla takes over because our native plants will need more sunlight than our hydrilla need. So that's an example of on the East Shore, Magnolia Park, the boat ramp is right there. The district has done some planting with the pondweed, and we treated here with the pondweed, which had expanded, and on that side there was a hydrilla wood we left alone, and so you can see the difference. When we treated that, the pondweed actually expanded after the treatment. So after we did our other treatment last year in March, about a year ago, we have done a lot of monitoring on the lake. We have done weekly monitoring to get herbicide residue samples. We monitored all these residue samples throughout the entire lake, how the herbicide moved throughout the lake. We had these three different plots. We did monthly radio mapping to see our areas that how it responded to the treatment and see what the areas left it untreated were responding as well. And you can see here, the black dots are no detection, and the green dots where we detected the hydrilla. So we noticed that throughout the growing season, the hydrilla was growing a month per month. So by the end of last summer, he had made it to the center of the lake. And then we also did some drone surveys so we can monitor for hydrilla growing, expanding in the middle of the lake, and also all the emergent plants. So that's a picture of what the hydrilla infestation from the drone survey will look like in July. That was the area that was left untreated. So as of this August, we redid another mapping effort on the entire lake. So we've got August 2021, August 2022. So the blue dots you see here were detected in August 21, but they are absent after the treatments. The dotted line here represent the treatment plots. So the blue plots were detected in 21, absent in 22. The yellow ones are the ones that were absent in 21, but present in 2022. So by the end of last summer, it had expanded. And the black dots were detected and are still detected as last August. So, and this is the current map of the percentage of areas coverage for summer's plant, mostly hydrilla. So you can see on the red areas shows the biovolume is where the hydrilla fills up the water column from bottom to the top. So there's a gradient of color. So the green one is some of the water column is infected, but the red is like top that hydrilla. So this is what it looks like right now. That was in August, so it had continued to expand since August. So we're already in March, and so these are the maps that you will see in the four corners, and this is what we are going to discuss, how we would like you to split up and help us.
Thank you. Again, each corner, it's the same map, same discussion. It's just allowing you in smaller